talking about the various Fuzz Imp builds and a little update on the state of things. So definitely working really hard to get a lot of orders out right now. Adventure, creatures, shroots of all types. Um, so yeah, check out fuzzimp.com if you haven't already. It's definitely the spot to get really good deals on the best pedals around. And if you haven't checked out some of the offerings in a while, the creature and adventure are really popular choices. Now, obviously, the shroot and more are also still available. Obtanium, tons of really good pedals for all kinds of players. So we'll jump right in building an adventure here. So hope you all are having a good afternoon. I know I haven't done one of these YouTube type streams in a while. I did one a little bit ago that was more of like a jam thing, and I definitely will be doing more jamming and in this stream and future streams. So I hope you guys are all doing good. Feel free to chime in with comments. And oh wow, we actually got some people that turned out. So I hope you're doing good. Working on various Fuzz Imp builds. Hey Jim, awesome. Yeah, I my mom had called, so I ended the Instagram stream a little bit early, a little earlier than anticipated. So we got plenty of stuff to build and work on. I was showing a prototype pedal on the Instagram stream. I'm not going to talk too much about it until it's closer to launch, but I am actually working on a delay circuit that might come out next year. It really just depends on if we can tune up those filters a little bit and what form factor and what the final version of the product will be. But in the meantime, I've been releasing a ton of really cool products lately, like the Creature, which is a super versatile fuzz, and the Adventure, which is a clean blendable fuzz, which lets you blend clean signal, octave fuzz, and like a super fuzz voiced fuzz, which is super cool. But yeah, we actually got some viewers today. But yeah, hit me with your questions, comments. What are you looking forward to closing out this year? We're in November now. I know I mentioned on my socials that I'm not doing a Black Friday discount this year. I kind of did a coupon push for Halloween that is now expired, so just doing normal pricing for now. I was going to do a price increase. I think I'm going to leave it for at least another week just at the current rates. I might bump it up as it's closer to Black Friday / holidays, and once I get some big ad campaigns running. But for right now, I'll just leave the pricing how it is, and we'll see what happens. Also been getting some dealer orders, which is nice. You know, getting units out to dealers and getting them taken care of. So been plenty busy, that's for sure. Probably go stream on Facebook today as well, which I don't do nearly as often. I try to catch the different social medias when people are not at work, or if they are at work, they're able to just listen to the stream and hang out. And I'll do some jamming for sure today. Also, I think I just have a few spots left. The Ashes pedal is live again. Might go ahead and build one of those on stream today. I was waiting on some relay switches that I just got in the mail, and so gonna be able to finish those out, which will be really cool. And yeah, we'll just keep rocking. Yeah, Adventure is super cool. I find that what I really like on the Adventure pedal is pushing drive through it. Because it's got the EQ on it, it can kind of hype up like a kind of mild distortion sound, and you can blend in just a touch of fuzz, and it sounds super, super cool. So definitely been digging on that texture a lot. And I wasn't sure if that one would really catch on, honestly. The Adventure. The Creature, I really wasn't expecting to do as well as it has been. That one has definitely been resonating with a lot of players, and people have been snagging them up, which is fantastic. But yeah, I have another prototype board that was ordered yesterday that'll be on the way, and hopefully next week I get to play with it a little bit. Doing a, I don't want to give away too much, but I am working on a enhanced version of the Shroot drive circuit that has a new band of EQ in the low mids to kind of lean it out and make it slightly more aggressive. So stay tuned for more news on that front. I'm not sure I'll roll it out in the middle of the holidays, because switching gears mid-holidays is kind of tricky, and I haven't exactly decided what I'm going to do with that circuit. If it's still going to be, if it's going to be like a Shroot 2 Plus, if it's going to be a completely new circuit that has an imp on it, and if it'll even come out this year. I haven't decided yet. And I say this year because there's only 8 weeks left in this year, which is crazy. We're almost to a new year already, which is awesome and exciting, but it seems like it just flew by. But yeah, so lots of new stuff on the horizon, lots of things planned. Just working really hard to get orders on creatures and adventures cleared out. And if you haven't checked out either, definitely give them a look and a listen. Also, the Obtainium has been getting a lot of attention. Over on Instagram, I have my friend Noah has been cranking out some really good short form content, doing like full band covers with the Obtainium pedal, which is a very unique kind of boost overdrive that has a very different flavor than the Shroot pedals. I'm going to build an Obtainium on stream as well. But yeah, that one is super neat. Been catching some traction, and is one of my favorite designs of this year. You probably noticed, unless you're really new to the brand, I've been slow to launch new products compared to last year. So I'm really trying to think them out and make every single one be like a very standalone, successful like hit of a pedal, if that makes sense. Last year I cranked out a ton of different models, and some did well and some didn't and were really short-lived. This year I'm focusing on making sure that every single launch, every single pedal is 100% like awesome in its own right, plus works good with other pedals. So I've been a little slower to release a ton of models this year. I think I only did like 5 or 6 altogether. But I feel like this approach is working a lot better. And, you know, everything I'm doing is the absolute best it can be. Yeah, the Obtainium circuit is just so good. It's versatile, it's flexible, it works really good at the end of the chain. I never was the kind of player that, other than a clean boost, would run something at the end of my chain, but the Obtainium works so good for that. Also been getting a little bit of traction on drone gazers again. I know that's a popular pedal choice for some players. And I'm building a few of those this week. I also am going to go through, I don't know if it'll be today because I'm pretty busy today, but going to go through and do some new demos on kind of the core lineup pedals, get some fresh clips up. I've set up this new demo rig where I use a looper pedal and I run a Fuzz Imp effects pedal in its own loop on the Helix, and I combine it with other preamps. I even have a pitch shifter so I can pitch down my guitar on the fly, and I can switch between a really clean preamp, cleaner than my Marshall, and kind of a dirty crunch sound that's like a JCM 800 preamp. So I have this whole new setup that I've only done a little bit of content with that's really good for showing like a ton of the versatility on my pedals. And also, just to let you guys know, one of my plans for this next year is to start working with a lot more YouTube demo artists. Get some new people demoing imps and showing different genres that maybe I don't play. I try to be as versatile of a player and, you know, make really realistic, repeatable demos. Like, make demos that sound exactly how the pedal's going to sound for you. But yeah, So that's kind of where we're at with that. Still, I'm not 100% sure what the lineup will look like by spring of next year. I've talked about phasing out the Shroot line, even though it's very popular, just because I want to embrace making all the pedals kind of uniform with the kind of theme that I've been experimenting with the last couple. But we'll just kind of see how the market responds to what I do next. So, but yeah, fuzzimp.com, fuzzimp.com is the website. It's where you can snag some stuff. And if you have any questions, the email that is linked up through the website is the fastest way to get a hold of me. Some of the other social medias, like the official Facebook page and some of that stuff, it hides the notifications, and I don't hear back right away. But the email, I see it right away, and I'm usually within 5 minutes in any hours that I'm awake, I'll have an email back usually, unless I'm in the middle of something. But I'll usually pause like a stream or whatever to respond to emails. Definitely the quickest way to reach me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to, this is my favorite time of the year. And in terms of like weather and feel, living in the Pacific Northwest, fall / autumn / transitioning towards winter. We have very mild winters here, so it's basically my favorite time of year. Plus, it happens to coincide when most people in the U.S. Are at home playing their pedals and buying pedals. So, it's a fun time. I caught a little bit of a cold. Hopefully, you guys are staying safe out there and nobody's getting COVID again or getting sick. The flu bug is definitely going around and hit a lot of my friends and family in the area. I know there's some different sickness stuff going around. I'm at the tail end of it, but I was in bed for almost a week and minimally able to build and stream, so working hard to make up that ground this week. Pretty much all mended up, but you guys know how it is. I'm sure plenty of people have caught something in the last bit and got over it, but still a bummer. Also, I had to isolate. I just was talking to all my friends on the phone and doing my streams, barely leaving the house. But yeah, we'll build some creatures, build some various Shroot products, and if you have any questions about building pedals or assembly or anything like that, here, let's adjust the situation a little bit. Like I mentioned, I know that Jim was tuned in. There's I do this very often on Instagram because I like engaging with the fans, sharing news, talking about some of my ideas, and it's just a fun hang. I'll usually drill a handful of cases and get some things going and just kind of hop on and see what people want to talk about. Yeah, this is the adventure. If you've seen a FZ2 or I know the Behringer orange one is super popular. This is kind of my answer to that. And with the whole blending capability, it really opens up its voice. It's able to just do a lot of different territory. And I've been loving what I've been hearing other people doing with it. This one blends really good with amp gain and other pedal gain. And it just is super fun. I actually even like just using the preamp part of the adventure as a boost. It's got this really nice character to it, and the two EQ bands for the bass and treble EQs are very well chosen. And it even works good on bass. Because I know there's some bass-centric players that are Fuzz Imp fans as well. And I believe I have a bass demo up now on the Adventure. If I don't, someone correct me, and I'll make sure to upload it, because I did do footage. I also I went through and updated a bunch of my old YouTube demos of other brands of pedals and kind of linked up to the Fuzz Imp website. I need to go through and finish that process because I still get a ton of views on some of my old demo videos of various pedals. So I know I keep seeing comments pop up on various videos, so I'm going to make sure to update all those. So it links up to the Fuzz Imp website. There's an adventure. Perfect. These ones, they shipped the back screws separate already. So I'm making sure I get the right ones. There we go. But yeah, I'm just really glad people are embracing the Creature. That one in particular makes me really super happy. That's one that I have been... some of the work for the Creature started back in the very beginning days of Fuzz. Back when it was still called Fuzz Imp. I was working on some various designs, and a few of the designs that I did in the very early days, and some of that experimental work I was doing with transistors and mods on those early circuits, all that work went towards what I'm doing now with the Creature, and I love how tight it is. The original Machina circuit was a little bit loose in the lows and a little bit noisy. Now, obviously, you can still create quite a bit of noise with the Creature pedal, depending on how you set the gate, etc. But it's also capable of very low noise, staccato, really neat textures. Adventure. Let's build a Creature or two. Cool. Yeah, I know some people like watching the build process, and like I said, feel free to chime in with any questions or comments about Fuzz Imp stuff. I can go do some jamming on particular pedals if you want after I build a few more. Just let me know what you guys want to see more of, and I'll hop over to the demo room and do some stuff. I was doing a little bit of that earlier and having quite a time. And I am not opposed to getting some fun jamming in. But yeah, last night was Halloween. Did you guys go on a little bit of a movie binge for Halloween? I know that's a pretty typical activity. The only one I rented was Silent Hill. I thought I owned it or it was on one of my streaming networks, but it wasn't. I just canceled HBO in favor of Hulu because I haven't had Hulu in a while. And apparently it was on HBO Max, so I missed out on that. Seems like whenever I do that, there's like one thing I want to watch. It's like, well, I'll just rent it then. I'm just excited. This week has been my most productive build week in a long time. Just finally getting all my parts in and a bunch of boards and cases and doing one of the biggest shipping weeks I've done so far this year, which I'm super stoked on. I've been trying to get ahead of part shortages and the board manufacturing runs as much as I can, because I remember what happened last year. It was very difficult to get stuff after November. And so I was very proactive this year in making sure that I was getting as much of my stuff in as possible. So now we're going to build creatures. Definitely a fan favorite circuit. And I'm shipping a bunch of them out right now. But yeah, I should have shared this live video around a little bit more. But thankfully, I must have caught a wave because you guys have been tuning in a lot more than usual for this, which I am all about. But yeah, I'm excited for my new prototype that's in process right now. I'm excited to mess around with my delay circuit some more and get that as a actual completed product. I saw a Troy comment, but it disappeared. Let's see if I can pop it. There it goes. Oh, sorry guys, I missed a couple messages. So Brandon said Light of the Living Dead. Well, the creature can do that, Troy. It is glitchy and self-oscillating. It does a lot of really wild stuff. It can drone synth on its own. It's definitely the most experimental wild pedal that I have in the lineup right now. In fact, it's almost a little bit too wild. I was worried that some players won't like it because it's capable of so much that's kind of out there, fun, extreme stuff. But oh yeah, and you have one coming. So I think once you check it out, you'll really dig it. Yeah, I'm shipping yours out this week, so you'll have it by Friday or Saturday, hopefully. I don't know if it'll be today or tomorrow. I have to double check what I have printed labels for and what all I need to get out today. But there's a chance you'll have yours before this weekend. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to fuzz textures, I'm really into that. I really like stuff that is a little bit fun and chaotic. I think it's the whole benefit of playing fuzz pedals or stacking drive pedals is just getting this wall of sound that you can't get any other way. Like amp distortions are fantastic. Like playing a really loud, cranked, crunchy amp with rich harmonic saturation and all that, that's amazing. I'm all about it. But there's some textures that only a gnarly fuzz pedal can get. And the creature is definitely up there as one that can do that stuff. Yeah, I'm building a ton of creatures this week. I'm gonna try and build 20 just of that build this week. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, and I like some of the tamer, like more conventional sounds of fuzz as well as like fuzz distortions and stuff. But really, my heart is very drawn to kind of the wilder side of fuzz textures, certainly. One second. But yeah, that's what initially drew me to fuzz was finding textures that I wasn't able to get from, especially because for a long time I was running plugins and amp sims and stuff like that, which are all great, especially for like nice conventional drive sounds. But there is part of me that always wants, I want to live a little dangerously, a little adventure. I want a little adventure in my life. That's why I called the pedal the adventure. But yeah, creature is super fun. I'll go throw it in the setup after I build the second one, maybe. Yeah, now I'm starting to see the comments. Sorry guys, for a second the comments weren't popping up very good. It's not like I'm deliberately ignoring you. I had to click a setting and now it seems to be working a little bit better. Oh, sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. I was talking a little bit on yeah, no, I'm really big into that. Well, and I also want all of my pedals to not sound exactly like other companies' pedals. I want all my pedals to have unique sounds and to kind of have their own voice. And I'm trying to push the envelope continuously on that front. I was talking a little bit, I know it's just a minor thing. I was talking a little bit yesterday about not cross threading on nuts and bolts. Now, I know it's super common sense, but if you start with finger tight, you almost never cross thread. Yeah, same. I mean, I try to find, with all my pedals, I try to make them as user friendly as possible. Someone doesn't need a manual just to sort out how to use them. But if you've noticed, the last couple releases definitely have a little more complexity to them and are capable of kind of a wider range of sounds. I've been noticing a lot of the people who've been getting the newer pedals are like, yeah, I love just sitting down and trying all different things with these pedals. These are great. And I think that's kind of the secret to the new Fuzz Imp direction is, uh, you know, having high versatility and, making things have a big wide range of sounds from conventional to unconventional to tame to chaotic. I think that's definitely all part of the brand story. And I want to keep that going. I think that the new stuff I'm planning is, all expanding on all the ideas that I've put out so far and doing new ones, but, adding more features that are actually usable and, just expanding on whatever pedal is will have a really wide range. I don't like making one trick pedals. I know that, you know, the drive market is really heavily saturated, which is kind of a fun thing to say. But everything I do, I want it to be as original as you can be with a pedal these days. But also, be evolving. We're always evolving. But I have big plans for next year. Um, like I mentioned, and I was showing on Instagram today, finally revisiting delay circuit that I had shelved since last year. I just wasn't sure. The chip that we use, a lot of other builders use and have done pretty good versions of that circuit. So I wanted to make sure that I could actually add something to the conversation. And so now it's shaping up to look like that might be able to be a thing. Cool, cool, cool. Making sure we got all our joints. We're all good there. But I'll have more news really soon. Maybe as soon as early next week. It just depends on when these boards get here. So usually they take about 10 days. So it just depends. There's a chance I could get them slightly earlier, but it really just depends on how the shipping goes. The shipping lanes definitely have been stressed a little bit coming into this month. I know a lot of manufacturers and retailers and everybody's been ramping up for Black Friday because it usually is a huge sales period for everybody. Last year, if you remember, I had to put a cap on orders so that people didn't get left in the dust for Christmas pedals. Creature. Just got to put the jacks on and knobs on, and this one's good to go. I'm going to build another one. You notice I often build pedals in pairs. It's because when I'm really on a roll with doing a particular build, it's a great time to follow it up with another one. And then that one goes even faster. When I can, I sometimes will just build the same pedal over and over again. But today I'm doing a mix because I have a mix of different orders to get out. Also, yeah, and I think I mentioned it. I'm going to shoot some new Shroot content this week as soon as I'm able to. Maybe tomorrow I will. I just want to get everything built this week that I can. Yeah, we're going to build 2 creatures, and then we're going to switch to some Shroot stuff. Oh yeah, if you guys want to see me jam anything, just let me know. I know I was playing with the prototype on Instagram. I'll probably do more of that tomorrow as well. But I had a pedal last year that we got the design working, but it was very short-lived because the Shroot 2 was still the most successful product at the time, and it didn't make sense to try and push it was a combination of a Shroot 2 and a delay, and it didn't make sense to push it when the Shroot 2 was doing so well. And then I had an issue with one of the parts on it, on the original design, with sourcing, and I wasn't super sold on how it was doing. Well, I found out that the chips where I had bought them from was known to have issues, and so once I got away from using those chips, all of a sudden everything was working. It sounded good. It's like, oh, well, there you go. It's just one of those ones that the circuit is super picky about. But yeah, we just got another creature done. We're gonna build one more of these and then some other stuff. I just like live streaming the builds, number one, because it keeps me entertained. And number two, because people get to see their pedals getting built. and see what the whole process looks like. I mean, minus the designing and the case drilling and design, but I worked pretty hard at my processes to get this as efficient as I have it. But the sourcing and the parts ordering and all that stuff is always a fun endeavor, especially when one supplier might run out of a particular part or something. Creature. This is probably the one I'm most proud of in terms of it doing well, kind of being able to stand on its own legs without having to rely on like the Shroot graphic or something like that. And that's why I keep talking about and leaning into how much I love this pedal, because I think it is super cool that I have a pedal that's on its own merit is popular with players. And as the first wave of orders gets shipped out, I think more and more people are going to be talking about how much they like it. 1 second. It's looking like... Okay. I also love these bezels that I'm using on these. Super stoked with how they look and feel. Just a little more of a primo look on all the new stuff. Because that's the thing too, I'm not just going to jack prices up and not upgrade the quality or the looks or the performance of any of my pedals. I've been doing everything I can to stay as competitive as possible. So rather than jacking the prices way up just to do a coupon for Black Friday, I'm probably just going to leave the pricing how it is and to just not have a coupon. I'm thinking that might work out pretty good. But I know that new Shroot content will definitely drive some more sales and interest, hopefully. I know it's it's still such a popular seller, even a year and some change later. It's also, the Shroot 2 is the pedal that I've sold the most of by a lot. Now, thankfully, some of the stuff like the sender, all the stuff from this year is done really well, numbers wise, in terms of popularity and such. I think the sender I definitely do want to tackle and do some kind of upgrade on next year and kind of make it a more evolved pedal. I might eventually retire the drone gazer and do kind of a new take on that, but without Zach's graphics. Even though I really like his graphics, he's an artist that's kind of on his own, got his own thing going on now. And while he's been super cool about the whole thing, I know that, he's working with a ton of other companies and might even have signatures with them. So might retire that in favor of a new enhanced version that has its own sound. But Drone Gazer has been getting popular again too. That's one of my favorites to play. If I'm going to play Doom music, it definitely comes to that pedal very easily. I don't have any drone gazers drilled out for today's stream, but I might probably build some tomorrow or Thursday. I have a good number of cases for those going and going to be working on those. Cool. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Oh, let's check the comments and make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, cool. Yeah, Troy, we could talk about that for sure. I'll send you an email later today. Sorry, I missed that message. Like I mentioned earlier, the chat is behaving kind of weird today, and so I'm missing some messages, so I apologize for that. The YouTube system isn't quite as refined as the Instagram one for interactivity, but I also have a whole different audience on YouTube that views the streams and things, so there we go. There we go. But yeah, Creature's super cool. I'm stoked that a bunch are shipping out this week. I think I'm shipping 20 out this week is my goal. And a bunch of adventures as well. Oh, sorry. I forget that you can't see. My bad. But yeah, I want to record some more music and I want to get some new guitars as soon as I can. I've had my eye on a few different axes, and I sold my SG over the summer to keep things afloat, and been craving a new electric for a while. I need a new bass too, but some new demo guitars is definitely on my my Christmas wish list. One second. Go. I'm kind of particular about the height of my foot switches, which is a small decision, but basically I want as little of the foot switch poking out the top as possible so that there's less pressure on it and it's going to give you a lot longer life. I was talking about this the other day on stream. There's just a ton of little decisions that are made throughout a build that people might not realize are part of the whole build process. That's why I like live streaming, because then I can show some of the things. It's like I've learned a lot over the last couple, or well, now it's almost a couple years. January will be 2 years of Fuzz Imp. But I just get better every day, which is great. Just checking every solder joint, making sure they're as good as possible. So I've got this bright light that's right above the phone recording the audio, because I want to make sure that every solder joint is a solid, clean joint I might, now that it gets dark pretty early, I might actually set up my additional shop light just so that I can get good coverage on the bench at night. But yeah, we've been having a pretty fun little stream. After this one, probably build a couple more, and then I'm gonna have to get up and stretch and take a break. But hopefully you guys were a little bit entertained. I know some builds are, there's certain points in the build where I have to be really focused. Might not be the best chatty presenter, but yeah, I have new demos planned, new protos in the mail, or on their way soon, and the most pedals that I've shipped in a while going out this week. So all good things that I'm really excited about, and working really hard to get prepped up and brace for the holiday season. It's going to be intense this year. My first year in business was insane. I after Black Friday, I built 200 pedals in like 3 weeks. It was absolutely bonkers. It was fun though. Hey, cool. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for hanging out, David. Yeah, I'm building a bunch of stuff this week, and I'm really excited about it. But yeah, this is a creature. And I'm gonna probably build this Obtanium next, and then I might have to call it a stream there for a second. I've been cranking pretty good on builds for a minute. Yeah, this is a creature. It's this one. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I'm building a bunch this week. Trying to get as caught up as I can. Um, I was waiting on the boards, and I just got them late last week, and so I've been ramping up to build 20 this week. Oh, it's a really good pedal. It has such a good sound, and it works good on bass too. I mean, I primarily design things to be good guitar pedals, but it does sound good on bass as well. But yeah, the creature is a very powerful fuzz. I find a new sound in there every time because it has two different circuits in it and so much control. You can find all kinds of crazy textures, and I find new tricks every time I use one. It's definitely one of my favorites. I'm just glad that people are interested in it. Yeah, I know. I'll have to check the build list. Off the top of my head, I can't remember where you are, but I know that I'm shipping a bunch of them. So, but I know that I try not to be super specific with certain orders for certain dates because things come up, and like I was sick for a week and a half, and one of my main suppliers that gets me stuff the fastest was out. Yeah, Well, I know I don't think I have your label printed. I have to look. But I can check in a second and see. Soon. I'm pretty sure I know where all these ones are going today. Yeah, I'm going to switch gears for just 1 second and build an Obtainium. And then I might end the stream there. Even though it's only been an hour, I've been a little bit crunched over today, and I'm feeling it in my back. Sorry, some of these cases had I need to go find my bag that has all the spare screws. 1 second. Yeah, I'm excited. I really want this one to take off. I really want the word to get out how good this pedal is. Because this is the one of all of them. I mean, Obtainium I'm really proud of too. As far as sound wise, I think it's one of my favorite pedals I put out this year. I like them all, but usually the most recent one is the one I like the most. It's like when you get a new guitar, right? Like you might have certain sentimental guitars, or but the one you're playing the most usually is whatever the newest one is, or the one you're most excited about anyway. So that's something that I deal with. There you go, Creature. I built a bunch of stuff on stream today. I'm a little mixed up on which ones I actually did, but plenty. Because I did multiple streams today. I'm not 100% sure which ones are which, but... Oh, here we go. Yeah. I'm going to build an Obtainium. Obtainium is the one that I felt like... I knew that this one was just a matter of time before it really took off how it was going to take off. Because it has such a unique... It has so many different sounds that it can get. But because of the naming and the graphic and everything else, I wasn't sure if it would catch on as immediately. But I wasn't worried about it because I was like, well, I know this circuit is so good. It's just a matter of time before everyone else discovers it. So I wasn't too worried about the word getting out. Oops. Oh. Oh. Sorry if the stream just glitched out for a second. The low battery warning came on. The streaming seems to use up quite a bit of the battery. I had it pretty well charged, I thought, before I hopped on, but may have to, well, I think I have enough juice to get through this build, so we'll do that. But I'll probably hop over, after a little break, I'll probably hop over to Facebook and do some more building there. But yeah, it's weird for me not to be pushing a coupon, but that was the agreement. There's no more coupons for the rest of the year because I'm doing dealer orders and they asked me not to give such heavy discounts away. But I know you guys like what I do, and will still snag stuff at their regular prices, which are still super reasonable. Give me just 1 second. There we go. Nope. There we go. Nope. Not that one. Oh, there we go. I hid my parts from myself. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. Let me click the chat thing and make sure I haven't missed too much. How did I learn all of this? Oh, sorry about that. I missed this comment because it just flashed by. How did I learn all of this? It's a good question. A lot of it is I had made connections when I was still a demo guy. And so I had built up a big friend group of people who helped me on my journey and were answering a lot of questions. But a lot of it, you just do the research online for yourself. And in the very early days, I just decided I was going to do this really seriously, like as a business, very, very, very early on. I think within the first couple days, because I had seen that it was something that I liked enough to really pursue. And so I said, well, I'm just going to go for it. And so I did. And thankfully, it's been working out so far. But yeah, the short version is a combination of just doing my own research online and having friends that also build pedals. And they were able to help me a lot. And so that's kind of how things went. Oh, I just realized I didn't drill this one out. Oops. Well, we'll take care of that really quickly. Don't mind my drill press. It's going to be loud for like 2 seconds. Boop. Yeah, I love the Obtainium. I think that if I was building a board of my own stuff, I mean, I would have all of them, but this would be a must own is the Obtainium for sure, and to have at the end of the chain as the master flavor saver, because it has this nice tubey squish to it that can be relatively transparent, and you can use it as kind of a master. Just it's like putting the salt on your food. It's just that little bit of flavor that ties everything together. Where without it, you definitely notice that it's not there. That's what I think the Obtainium really does well, is being kind of that master finishing touch to the setup. I also just want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting Fuzz Imp. Even if you haven't bought a pedal, you tell friends about the pedals, or you yourself have snagged 1, 2, 10, however many it ends up being. You guys are literally what keeps me fed and the bills paid. And, this is all I do for money. And thankfully it's been able to work out so far. It's been a little, summer was a little tight. I'm not gonna lie. It was I felt the pinch a little bit, like a lot of you did. You know, with inflation and just the uncertainty, and now it seems like we're in fall and things are going a little bit better. People are playing more pedals, buying more pedals, but just a big thank you. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who's been supporting what I do in whatever capacity, because it means a lot. And unlike when you snag stuff from a bigger company, like it very directly, you know, affects my life and keeps this whole operation rolling. I'm really excited for the future of Fuzz Imp too. Cool, cool, cool. We are just cruising today. Almost got it. Got to do one little weird operation with the LED, and then we are getting real close to wrapping this build. I used to buy these really expensive pre-wired LEDs, but then I figured out I can get all the stuff to do it myself, and they work way better. Plus, I can do more colors. So, I switched a little bit ago, and I really like it, especially colors-wise, because I'm not restricted to the 4 colors that they offered for the LEDs, because I try to match the LED perfectly to the build. It's actually one of the things I'm super picky about, and so there we go. Cool. This is a delicate operation, so give me 1 second. That's probably been one of the biggest things that's changed with building pedals for a living, is attention to detail and fine motor skills. Definitely have improved, and that's why some of my build sessions I cut kind of short to get up and stretch and, you know, check my phone and do other things, because it takes such an extreme amount of concentration not to make any mistakes, that I have to make sure I'm at absolute max focus. Like I couldn't just sit at the bench for 15 hours a day without making a lot of mistakes. So I try to get all my wiggles out and then do these very focused build sessions, build 4 or 5 pedals, take a break, and then get right back to it after a little rest. I mean, I used to work in manufacturing on a shop floor, and it was much the same story. It's like everything needs to work perfectly and be the absolute best that it can be. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All we have left is jacks. I was rewatching Community the other day. I love Abed. Abed's probably the best character in Community. Almost got it. Ooh, there we go. One last solder joint, and that's all soldering for this one. My favorite part of pedal building, if you didn't know what it is, it's actually not this part. This part is cool. But the absolute best part is when you do a long, complex build and you go plug it in to test it, and it works perfectly. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing about it. Is when you fire it up for the first time and it works perfectly. It's like, okay, sweet. Now I can jam this or send it to somebody, and that's my favorite feeling. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I know I might not have been the most social. I really don't like the YouTube chat setup, but I do these all the time on Instagram and Facebook. And so, hi! Hi from Argentina. But yeah, and Fuzz Imps are in more than 20 countries all over the world, which is something that will still does and always will blow my mind, that people like my stuff so far and wide in the world. There it is. Obtanium. This is the favorite color scheme for a lot of people. And this pedal does a lot of different stuff. It can be almost completely clean with the gain all the way down, and then it has the active mid control that has a really wide range of usable sounds. And then it has the volume, which can also be a boost. So it does a lot, and it's really fun to stack with my other ones too. I'm really into the, as I brought it up a lot today, but I'm really into the whole gain staging and stacking thing. I think it's fantastic. I think that's one of the secrets to getting a really good sound in today's rig setups. I keep forgetting it's the new month today. But yeah, all signed, good to go. Just got to put the screws in, and we are golden. Well, that's going to about wrap it up for today. Thanks for anybody tuning into the stream or for tuning into the stream or who's rewatching it later. I was going to do some jamming, but I'm ready to take a little bit of break. Plus, I think the phone is going to die soon anyway. But I'll try and do more streams with jamming and building and stuff in the upcoming weeks. So many pedals. So many cool pedals, too. Yeah, got lots to do today still, and excited about all these that are going out. Here, I'll go do I'm going to organize these a little better, but I'll do a panning shot showing what all we worked on today, because it's quite a bit. And I'm still going to do a bunch more today and tonight. But yeah, 70 minutes, it's a pretty nice stream. So this is what I have done so far today, besides some others, but we'll go do a little panning shot. So we've got some creatures. These creatures are going out, some taniums, some shroot 2s, and some adventures that I just built just now. So lots of really cool builds. I'm going to be final testing all of them and boxing them up here shortly and shipping them out to you guys, hopefully. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a good day. And we'll talk again soon.